Legit, the only reason for me to film a video today is this beautiful bunch of flowers that I received this morning, and I really wanted it to be in the frame before the flowers sort of wither. It's so pretty, and I also saw my first sunflower. Okay, without wasting any time, we'll get into this video, but fair disclaimer, it's going to be a long one. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shivangi Lahoti, aka Your Designer Didi, and in today's video, I am finally sitting down and answering all those thousands of questions that have been flooding my Instagram DMs and of course YouTube, asking me, what the hell am I doing in Canada? Why am I here? Why did I not share this with you guys? And am I married? Did I secretly move to Canada after getting married? Am I here to further study? Am I here to conduct a business, or did I get a job? What's really up? I hear you guys, and I know I haven't been fair. And I know you guys are all intrigued and excited and also very upset with me ki designer Didi, ye hame kaise nahi bataya. So in today's video, I'm going to talk and answer all your questions that have been flooding my Instagram DMs, asking me about why and what the hell am I doing in Canada and what's happening. So let's start answering straight away. I have my iPad right here and I have all your questions. Srishti Pawar, first one to ask, why are you in Canada? I mean, are you there for some work or vacation? Please make a YouTube video if possible. I hope you're happy, Srishti, because I am making a YouTube video right now answering your question. So I'm here not on a vacation. And why am I in Canada? I'm in Canada because I hold a permanent residency in Canada. Is it for work? Yes, I came here to secure my PR. So I've had a COPR, which is a confirmation of my permanent residency. I've had that piece of paper which the Canadian government gives to you when you sort of bag your PR. I've had it for over 1.5 years now, a little over that actually, 1 year, 9 months. But because of COVID, I couldn't actually move to the country and secure my PR. And yeah, once things sort of settled down in India a little and flights sort of started, operating from India to Canada. And of course, once I'd gotten both my shots of vaccine is when I decided that I'm going to take this plunge and just come here and secure my PR. So yeah, that's why I'm here, and I hope this answers your question. Not on a vacation, but definitely loving Toronto right now. Okay, next question. Are you living permanently in Canada? This is Yogi Yadav 09. You guys have crazy Instagram handles, by the way. Okay. Not at this point of time. I am not here like permanently. I'm here to sort of figure out which city I really like and where I would like to settle down and stay. And I'm also here to secure my PR. So my project or agenda for this entire sort of move is to secure my PR so that I can come back at a later stage once things are sort of settled in my country as well, because I do have multiple businesses which are actively running. Of course, a couple of them, like 2 of them, are online, so I could do them from any part of the world, but I do need to be in my country soon. But I'm here for a bit. So, and very honestly, I haven't decided how long I'm here for. I have this beautiful sort of Airbnb that I've booked for a month in downtown Toronto, and I'm going to be here for the month at least, and then we'll take it from there. I don't know if I'm headed to Montreal or Vancouver. I have no clue what I'm doing, and it's an adventure. It is the first of its kind which I've actually ever taken, where I don't have any return tickets and I don't have any plan after the month, but we'll see. Why Canada? Oh, that is that's actually a very good question. So okay, there are multiple reasons why Canada, and I could make like an entire detailed video on my perspective on why Canada, but just to give you a little bit of a taste, they are very immigrant friendly, and in the last few years they have started the express entry sort of program which allows educated and qualified individuals from across the world to come and settle in Canada. So it's very immigrant friendly, number one. Number two, there is like a lot of Indian diaspora who's settled here, which makes it a lot easier to sort of adapt and adjust. And there's like this whole South Asian community in Canada, which I think is brilliant, because in the last week of being here, I've realized how amazing it is to find like, things like rajma and chawal and dal and basmati in big departmental stores like Shoppers and Loblaws, and that's only possible because we have like this huge South Asian community which has moved here, which I think for me was a very big point. Of course, Indians are sort of everywhere, hum har jagah hote hain, but that also was another reason. Other than that, not being in Canada and being able to secure a permanent residency on pure merit was one of the things that excited me the most. I did not have to go through the entire hassle and the process while I was conducting my business, running my design label, running my academy. Everything here was happening online with the government directly, with not me having to deal with any middlemen, which I personally loved a lot. And of course, for a better life, for I feel like I owe it to my children to give them, if I can, to push myself and give them a better life. I feel coming from Assam, coming from Nazira, my parents gave me the best possible life. We lived in literally a tiny little town, right, with like one departmental store, and from there my parents were willing to sort of move and bring us, sending my brother to Bangalore to study, sending me to Bombay to study, sending me to New York to study, and they did the best that they could and pushed us as much as they could. And I feel like I owe it to my children and my future self also to sort of take that legacy forward and push myself to live a better life if it's possible. So yeah. And of course, I am very, very grateful for the life that I've had in India, and I will always be. But having said that, I do feel that in terms of opportunities, first world developed countries have a little less competition and a lot more scope. And as Indians, I also personally feel that we thrive wherever we go. So I've come here with that motto, but we'll see. Now I could, I think, say in a very sort of cliched language that I'm a citizen of the world. But I am, right? And we all are. So yeah. Sneha Shruti has this question for me. Are you there in Canada for studying? Not at this point of time, Sneha. I'm not here to study, but you know your designer Didi. I'm an absolute nerd. I would totally love to like take up some courses, maybe some part-time courses here while I'm working my businesses. With running like two businesses, I feel it becomes really, really difficult to sort of study at the same time. But we'll see. We'll see where life takes us. At this point of time, I'm not here to study, and immediately not also looking to study. So yeah. Are you permanently settling in Canada? Sinjani. Okay, this is a question for the future. I don't really know the answer for it. I do have a permanent residency which is valid for 5 years, and if I continue to stay in Canada for a duration of 3 years, in those 5 years, I can get a citizenship for the country and then continue to sort of stay here for the rest of my life. But that is too much into the future. The Shivangi back in 2019 just jumped and decided that she's gonna, sort of apply for her PR and then take it from there and figure life out with no idea, with no relatives in the country, no friends in the country, nobody who she knew had already done it. But I do feel like it's too ahead in the future, so we'll see if I'll permanently be here or if I'll move back to India. Time will tell. What are your plans after being in Canada? Okay. You're out there making all of us really proud. Take care. Oh, Ishna, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Okay, so my plans for now are to sort of figure out which city I really want to settle in. Fortunately for me, as I said, my businesses are, I have a team set up in place and my business is mostly online, so I can sort of work remote. And while I'm working and like doing sessions, at odd times of the day and night, because my students back in India are waiting for me with Designer Shala. If you don't know it, I run an online academy, which is Designer Shala, where I teach students fashion from across the world. Sorry, but completely shameless plug in here. But I think my initial plan is to sort of figure out where I want to really, really settle. If I want to be here in Toronto or if I want to move to Vancouver or Montreal. So we'll see. We'll take it from here. I'm literally taking this entire journey as an adventure. Traveling alone is difficult. Moving and migrating to a different country, like immigrating to a different country altogether, is even more difficult. And moving to a different country where your end goal is not to look for jobs is even more difficult, because when you're looking for jobs, you have this hope that in the future you're going to build sort of a network and you're going to have work colleagues and you'll eventually start having friends, etc. But when you're moving with an existing business and the end goal is not to sort of get a job, It is very, very difficult. I think it is even more difficult because you know that for you to build relations and build connections, it's going to be 10x harder, because you'll have to sort of work so much harder to figure out how and where to network. So at this point, that's where I'm at. I'm trying, and of course, successfully managing to network and meet people. I've been optimizing and like utilizing Instagram and LinkedIn a lot to network and find people in the fashion industry or design industry who are here in the country, which brings me to the next question, which is, are there any jobs for, people in fashion in Canada, which is something that a lot of people have actually asked me, and it's also something that I am here exploring. So be a part of this journey with me and we'll figure it out together. Your designer Didi is going to make sure that she keeps sort of asking and meeting new people. What I have realized is that when you move to a different country, a lot of times you have to sort of pivot your career. You can't be so hell-bent, and you can't be so like sort of stubborn about the fact that, okay, I have done like a certain job in my home country, so I'm looking for the same profile or the similar profile here, even after moving to a new country. Every country is different, of course, and the needs for labor are different, which means like the kind of job opportunities or openings would also vary country to country. For now, everybody that I've spoken to, a lot of them, majority of them, have struggled a lot finding a job in fashion here, and they have had to sort of navigate and pivot their career. In fact, some people I met ventured into banking and ventured into like very different domains altogether, yeah, which is crazy. But I have also managed to talk to quite a few people who have sort of remained in the fashion industry, not maybe core fashion, but still a part of the industry, and you will be seeing me talking to them in the future on this channel in the future videos, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I have a question from Shravani asking me if I'm going to come back to India. Of course I'm going to come back to India. Oh, I have a question from Ashlesha. How you manage Inaya from there? What have you planned? Which I think is a great question. So the decision to sort of put Inaya on a sabbatical had happened early 2019, right when I got my PR in hand, which was Jan 2019. That's when I knew that I will be moving to a new country soon, so it's the best time to sort of give myself some breathing space to figure out what I want to do. So we were not coming out with any new collections, but we had to, of course, put production on hold and operations on hold because of COVID. And then I decided to not pick it back up in the same city, because I wanted to be sure that if I want to do it there or if I want to do it here in Canada. So I have a lot of things planned, but we'll see how it goes. I have a lot of business ideas. You guys know me, but I'm gonna make sure I keep surprising you all with something or the other, and yeah, we'll see. I don't want to sort of jinx it but I'm just open to ideas at this point. Okay, Mansi Pujara, now you're a Canadian, so what's the plan further, and what about your label? And so proud of you. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. First things first. Second thing, I'm not a Canadian. I'm still an Indian with a permanent residency in Canada, and in my heart, I'm always going to be an Indian. Also, my future plans are something that I've already discussed, but right now I'm taking it one day at a time, getting used to the cold. I literally am able to sort of wear this, like really very skimpy sort of a satiny shirt, only because I have my heater right here. It's literally, it goes wherever I go. It's like a little dog, like a little pet that I have. Wherever I go, I sort of drag the trolley and take it with me, and that's why I'm able to sort of wear regular clothes. Otherwise, the first 2 days I was literally sleeping with like 2 sweaters on, and it's only after like the third night when I requested my hosts to do something about the heat. Because heat officially starts from 1st October and I was freezing. This is too cold for me. Too cold. Also, I think a lot of you, if you do you get a job in Canada? If yes, please tell us about that. I did not get a job in Canada, so I cannot sadly tell you more about that. I'm not here looking for a job, but I am here exploring the job market for sure. So you'll be seeing a lot of content around that as well very soon, as and when I get the time. At this time, I'm just sort of adjusting to the whole jet lag. It's been a week that I've been here, but the jet lag is still real. For the first 3 days, I was waking up at 2 a.m. and for the last few, I've been waking up at 4 a.m. So I've officially joined the 4 a.m. club without having to work very hard for it. But yeah, I guess I tried answering a lot of questions in this video from, you guys, which you had for me, and I do feel that I should have shared this earlier, but I just didn't want to jinx it, because I was actually supposed to be moving in August last year, and then there was a visa transit issue via US, and I couldn't. So I just wanted to sort of not like say anything about it until I land, and I'm officially here, and I'm living in downtown Toronto, living the mini New York life, living the Canadian life. I just went to see the sunrise this morning at Harbourfront, and I fell in love all over again with the clean, crystal clear blue water. And yeah, it just feels surreal. And please tag along and stay along with me. Dazana Didi will keep coming up with a lot of fun fashion content here in Canada for you guys as well. But that's it for this video. I hope you sort of got your questions answered. If you have more questions about how I did the entire PR process being in the fashion design industry, because trust me when I say it, I couldn't find any information on the internet. I couldn't find any information on all the sort of Facebook groups that I joined. I couldn't find any information on Telegram, and I literally had to like sort of figure it all out by myself. And if you're somebody who's planning to move to Canada for good and you want somebody to help you with the PR process or share that with you, especially if being in the creative field, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll maybe make a video about my PR story and the entire journey and how I did it and all the things that are required for it. Until next time, I'll see you guys around. Bye.